Yo, let's get ready. We getting ready. It's your boy Lo, man. We in the building. Got a great group of people to talk to y'all tonight. Make sure y'all get in here. Show some love. Hey. To my people in the back, make sure you share this. Let's get some of your family and friends in the building. Hey. Yo, Instagram, I am live on YouTube and Facebook. Pull up to the podcast. Got a great group of people I'm going to talk to tonight. I don't want y'all to miss out, so make sure y'all pull up. Pull up on your boy. Look up Aloysius Ballard on YouTube or Facebook, and I know y'all going to come in. All right, see you in a second. We about to start, man. We about to get this show popping. This is episode 75, man, so I'm super hyped. Millions didn't make it, but I was one of the ones who did, all right? So I'm a little excited. So y'all get in here, share. Yo, what's good? It's your boy Lo, man, and we are back for another episode. That's right, of The World According to Lo. Man, y'all know how we do it. It's episode 75. 75 in the building, man. We a quarter from 100. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for 100. I need some ideas, man. Y'all message me. Let me know. Do something, man. Get in contact with your boy. Let me know what I can do to celebrate 100 episodes. If you don't know, man, matter of fact, and I'll get into this in a minute, man. They just said that podcasts are going down. The amount of podcasts that are surviving are going down like by 80%. So a lot of these people who bought all this gear, who was expired during the pandemic, well, guess what? We back outside and y'all not pod no more. But we're going to get in that a little bit later. But anyway, for those of us like myself who are still podding and you guys are still supporting, man, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody, especially the loyalty crew. Y'all know I got to show my love. Y'all see the loyalty crew where I'm at right here. Yeah, show the loyalty crew over on Patreon, man. Y'all know I cannot do this without y'all, man. So, you know, if you're wondering what the loyalty crew is, it is simply a way to support your boy and to join a community for less than a cup of Starbucks. Listen, that's not, man, just give up one cup of Starbucks for your boy. But what we do with that income is take it. We're trying to grow the platforms. We have courses slated out this year that we're going to do and produce. And we're going to bring some master classes to you guys. And I'm so excited, man, because if you don't know, everybody's taking a pivotal twist right now. A lot of people are leaving careers. A lot of people are having new goals. A lot of people have realized that time is compressed. And so because of that, they're actually going after their bucket list. They're going after the things that they want. And sometimes you just need a little bit of help in your guidance in that and a little bit of support. Sometimes you just need somebody to tell you and remind you of who you are and what you're capable of. And that's what you get with the loyalty crew. We are loyal to our dreams and our goals, and we stick together, man, and make sure that we accomplish those things. Now, once again, thanks you for pulling up. My name is Aloysius Lo Ballard. I am an award-winning videographer, cinematographer, creative director. Man, I ain't trying to brag. I'm just telling y'all God is good, man. So I've been fortunate enough to do a lot of things in my life where I have had wonderful experiences with people, and bringing those experiences and those journeys and those people that I meet. I started a podcast where I could share those journeys and those people with you. And we're going to do that tonight. Now, before I bring them in, because you know what, this is going to be a first. We're going to have 4 of us on camera, and that should mean we should have a nice choir on this intro. If they don't know the words, they can clap and they can nod their head and bob. So we're going to have that big choir in a minute when we start this pod officially with the intro. But before we get into that, and I'm gonna bring them in. We got the Landmass Creative. If you don't know the Landmass Creative, nope, let me take that back. The Landmass Collective is a group of creatives. All right. So I know some of y'all are excited. You probably seen some of the stuff is really buzzing in the streets. So I wanted to bring that to y'all and talk about it a little bit about what we got going on. And if you can't tell, I'm super excited because it's going to be a great conversation. Now, I'm rolling in this a little bit, so y'all bear with me. But before I get into that, I want to tell you guys a little bit about something I got going on. So I started in January with this journey to lose weight. My son we had a conversation, and he told me, he said, "Dad, I've never seen you in the shape that you look like in your high school yearbook." So I was like, man, I got to do something about that. So I made a pledge to him that I would let him see me in some type of fighting trim. And that's what we're doing. We're 1 month into it. And it's called The Journey to 1123, because the first day of this year was 1123. And I feel like that was a sign to me to get all of my things in alignment, because my career is going well. I'm seeing a lot of things that I want to do in my life happen. But if I do not have my health, none of that matters. So I'm going to show you a little clip of that. And then after that, I'm going to bring my guest on. So I want you guys to check this out. It's a little snippet, a little tease of the journey.
One thing I can give you is a speech. What I can't give you is heart. I can't infuse that dog in you. But you're going to have to have it if you're going to win in this league. If you're going to be a champion in this league, you're going to have that dog. You're going to have to play hurt. You're going to have to play when you don't feel, when stuff is going on, and that's what you missing. Y'all coming close, but to get to the next level, you can't be a lion, which means you look like you the king of the jungle. You fight like you the king of the jungle.
Hey.
Hey.
Y'all check that out on YouTube. But I got my family here. Let me make sure everybody in their proper place. And everybody is.
We in there.
Hey, there we go. Y'all say what up to the pod, man.
Hey, we're just chilling, man. Just chilling, kind of hang out, gonna have some fun.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
And you know this, man.
Shout out to, all right, so if you do not know, I'm going to start with Chuck. Chuck, let's go around. Let's introduce yourself a little bit to people who may not know you. Tell people what you do and who you are.
My name is George Chuck Patterson. On Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else is George Chuck. I am also a podcaster. I host a weekly podcast called The Nightcap Knowledge on Tuesday. We're live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can find us also on Black with No Chaser. I'm also a DJ, and we run a successful apparel brand called I Got It Made, because everywhere you go, you got it made, baby. Let's go.
I love it. Pod pastor, we'll go with you, man.
All right. I'm Anthony. I am an award-winning cinematographer, director of photography, director. I do commercial films and documentary films. So I run a business here in Gulfport, Mississippi called AJ Williams Media, where I love to connect with creative teams and business owners to help them bring their visions to life and elevate their brand.
I love it. All right, C Scratch. Let's go, because they rolling. The fellas.
I know, right? They are on it. Hey guys, I'm Crystal Scratching, better known online as C Scratch. I am the marketing director at Gulf Coast Woman, as well as a speaker, author, and entrepreneur in all digital media forms. I'm also award-winning graphic designer since we're throwing out the awards. So
Come on.
I
Low
just
started
love,
it. Low started.
I know,
Some
right?
awards.
I just love being a digital creator. I love all things project management, entertainment, and I am here for your go-to to be a reminder that you are enough just as you are. So rock with me.
Hey, man. Shout out to everybody. Hey, I love it. If you can't support your tribe, man, if you're not proud of the people you spend time with, then you got to check the people you hanging around, man. Now, listen, they said some keywords, award-winning. Chuck is also award-winning. I just saw Chuck, matter of fact, you multifaceted award-winning.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
As a
about
DJ, just in all manners of life, we just a solid group. And I wanted to bring you guys on because collectively, and I jacked this up so bad in the beginning, man. We are the Landmass Collective.
That's right. That's
And
right. You got it right.
And we had an amazing turnout the other night. We had our first meetup. But I want us to get into a little bit about, before we get to that, about how the collaborative effort is so valuable in today, right? So and you all can speak to this. When someone says collaboration, what does that mean to y'all?
Ooh, for me, I think about so I work with Gulf Coast One magazine. So part of my role is to help bring across the vision of the cover. That's one of the biggest things because it's our face, it's our brand, it's what people see. And so when I think of that, I think about the teamwork and effort that it takes from being in the editorial meetings where we're trying to, figure out what concept we're going to do, to picking a subject that matches that theme, to then it taking on a shape, getting with our creative director that's on set as far as the actual cover shoot, Jasmine Ball, shout out to her. And she coming up with these conceptual cool ideas for there to be like a look, maybe colors, where the location is, to getting with our photographer who then does this stunning work. And then we're on set, literally picking out photos of what can land on that cover, to then getting the photos back, putting it together. And that process would not be able to happen with just me, right? I could have an idea and I could probably get it done, but that energy that happens when there's team effort and feedback and, everyone kind of looking at it, it really just brings it to life. So that's what I think about. And I just think it's like you said earlier in one of your posts, a tribe. You can't do it alone.
Chuck, I saw you was ready to start. I love that, Crystal.
Yeah. Look, I'm with it. It sounded like to me that Crystal was talking about collaboration, and when I heard her talk about it, she has partners in crime. So if we ready to get in good trouble together and create something super dope, create something that people can gravitate towards, create something that's gonna leave a mark, I want partners in crime. That's my tribe. We gonna do some things. We gonna make some noise, and if I want to bring a little bit of some of the tribe that we roll with, if it's necessary for change, then we can usher in that change. And I think that's what we're doing with the Landmass Collective. We're ushering in the type of change that will allow us to not only grow our own businesses, but assist and inspire others to grow. So that's the tribe we rolling with.
I love it. Pod Pastor, what you got?
All right, I'm stepping into my podcaster role with this answer for sure. Because to me, it's deeper than just talking about collaboration, and everybody knows what it means to work with somebody. But when I think about collaboration, I think of the opposite of that, which is competition too. So you've got collaboration versus competition. And in creative space, there is this tendency to think of everybody who does something similar to you as the competition. I'm a videographer, Lo, you're a videographer. Would have been very easy for me to look at you in the first place that we met and say, oh, this guy is my competition. I'm going to try to outdo him and compete for all of the jobs that he has and, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But instead, what I like to do is not see other people that do similar things to me as competition, but look to see how we can work together and sharpen each other to refine our craft, and not only refine our craft, but go after bigger jobs. Because if we can work together, we can get those bigger jobs and work as a team, and then step into a position where it's, like Crystal was talking about, and, have that energy on set and start hiring in other people as well to do different jobs on that set. Because when you're talking about collaboration, it's you've got your thing that you like to do, and like Crystal was talking about, again, she could probably do all of those things, but when you divide it all up, you probably have 100 jobs on a set, and if you're focusing on all of those things, you can only give 1% of your energy to fulfilling all those things. When you can divide all those jobs up to a single person, then you can get 100% effort on each one of those elements. So going from a team of 1 and dividing everything up to 1% per task, then maybe a team of 10 where you can get 10% per item, and you can keep growing that until it's 100% on everything. And then you've got, cinema quality, cinema sound, and you're working on a very high level. So that's what I think about collaboration.
Now, I love that. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest, guys. In a perfect world, that sounds like the most fun and amazing experience. But we know this isn't the case, right? Because even in kindergarten, on my report card, I remember there was a box that your teacher had to check that says plays well with others. Because a part of our development is how we play with others, right?
Socialization.
Yep.
And somebody watching or listening to this is saying, yo, man, like I salute y'all for having a tribe and, being there. But everybody I've tried to play nice with either stole my customers. They were more on the other side of what Ant was talking about. They were competing. They tried to be a friend only to learn my techniques, to learn how I do things, and to use that against me. How do you guys feel like you can protect yourself when you're trying to enter the collaborative space without it being harmful to you versus it being something that can add, like we just spoke about?
Listen, there are tons of YouTube tutorials out there. There are tons of master classes that people can go and learn anything from anybody. It's better to be an open book and be vulnerable with your knowledge in your field, and give away your information without feeling like somebody's going to steal it from you. They might steal it from you. They might turn around and stab you in the back. That's a risk that you're taking, but to me, it's worth it. There is no way to protect yourself.
Y'all agree? Chuck, Crystal?
I mean, I agree for sure. The one thing that I've been most consistent about saying to myself is the success that I was able to create when we first started the DJ company, when we taught young people at Tougaloo not only the art of DJing, but the business of it, how to render good customer service. The dudes that I shared that information with, they're still my friends to this day. And we do regular check-ins. There are, invitations, like they know my kid's birthday. They get the invite if they in town. They always welcome to come by. Their kids, if they have them, they call me Uncle Chuck. There's nothing better than being able to not only replicate yourself, but then those people begin to pass the knowledge of what we've shared amongst each other and what we've probably learned amongst each other, to share it with other people. And the cycle continues, and that's a positive cycle to have.
I like that. And here's something I've learned is that you can afford to be a solo as long as everything is in alignment. Long as you got good health, all the resources you need are there. The moment any of those break down, boy, it's a hard road to travel when you're by yourself. And we all know, and we were recently sharing this at our meetup, And before I get to that, I just want to shout out to some of the people who pulled up, because we got some family in the comments. So shout out to Cirillo. Cirillo is in the building, part of Black with No Chaser. We all, Black with No Chaser family here. And then, we just want to shout out to Mrs. B. I got to shout out my wife. Man, she always support Pull Up Bay. We're going to get that tuna fish popping in a minute. That's what we doing tonight. Don't act like y'all don't. I like tuna fish, man. Don't act like y'all too good. Y'all still
go eat right now.
Yeah.
I got some Qdoba that's waiting on me.
The Qdoba?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna get distracted by the Qdoba. But
it's too late. I'm gone.
Hey, man. So let's get back to it, because the collaborative thing is something I feel like if you're going to really be successful in 2023, you got to work on having people who support you in a way that serves not only yourself, but each other. And I think we're doing a really good job with that, because with our meetup, we had some young people in the building who needed our experiences. And I want to hear from y'all about like just what your take was on seeing that new flame in them, seeing that new start in them. And did it remind you of anything in yourself when you were at that point?
Man, I loved it. I love seeing new faces and seeing the hunger that they have, and the curiosity about how do you make it work. Like, how do you make enough money to live off of this? That's the curiosity, and those are the kind of questions that will sustain you as a creative. So, I mean, you've got this fire in you to be able to create something that people will like, right? But then you also have the human need side of it, where you have to make enough money to live. So once you can find a balance in doing what you like, doing what you love for the part of what you need, then you can then start to grow that. So I think they're in a good spot.
Yeah, I really thought I love when you get a group of creatives together. What I love the most is just the fire off brainstorming that happens, where people just start kind of ripping, and then stuff starts snowballing. Like, oh, we could do that with that. Oh, you do that. It's so effortless. And for me, like, that is just, that's so precious. It's so gold. It's like, you can't just manufacture that kind of stuff that happens organically when you're around. And that's the energy that I feel like it takes when we're talking about collaboration that makes like genius happen, something that could have just been a simple meeting where people thought they were just coming to maybe pass out some business cards and grab a few snacks, can literally at the end of the year, maybe there's a whole project that's done. There's a whole lot of business that gets done. Maybe something else pops off. That's very exciting. And then on the other note, with like the young energy, I think sometimes we've all been in spaces where you can get burnt out, because you have been doing this for a while and you have seen the back ends of things, and you have kind of got burnt sometimes on some stuff with trying to work with others. And to have that young blood that's just like, what are we doing? What's next? What's going on? It was like very refreshing. It made me want to like, okay, I need to keep that energy going. So it was very like, for me, it was like filling my cup. I really love that.
Yeah, I agree. Chuck?
Look, I'm already communicating with DJ Curry. Shout out to DJ Curry. My man, he gave me his to-do list for the week.
Oh.
So look, we get my boy outfitted with a new logo. We're gonna work on his website and basically get him the same, kind of POS or invoicing setup that I got. So
okay.
Look, we're gonna pour it. We're gonna pay it forward. We're gonna pour it out, and then we already see that this young man has the ambition already. He's sitting there. He's ready. He jumped in the pod with us. For the Landmass Collective podcast.
Coming soon.
Right. Go subscribe, please, to that channel and to this channel. But look, when you have that youth and you like, oh, this person know what they talking about. Oh, come on, give me that knowledge.
Yeah.
Come on, and then it makes you excited about sharing it, because you've bumped your head. You know what doesn't work, and then as I said earlier, you can figure out in 2023 some of the things and new things that are going to work. And what may not work. But at the end of the day, we winning and we learning lessons.
I love that.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the beautiful thing too about the collective that we have is that in this year in time we're in, you have older people doing something for the first time, and then you have young people doing something for the first time. So both ends of the spectrum are equally starting new journeys and paths.
Yeah.
And having, like I said, I really believe in having like a community, a tribe of people that will just strengthen you. And like Chuck, what you're doing, like nobody sees that in the public.
Yeah.
And I love that you don't need that. Like, I don't need folks to know, like, I'm helping him with this. And, because a lot of times when I was growing up, older people always tell you, stay in a child's place. You don't need to be asking no question. Why you do that? Or, or it's like, nah, you too young. And then they would put you to the side like you were incapable of learning. But now that learning curve has changed. And, you see a lot more opportunities where people like young Curry will succeed and have that foundation. And we don't go looking for that payback. I like, oh man, you hot now. I need you. You remember old Mr. Chuck used to,
Old Mr. Chuck.
Yeah, as you grow, man, people be doing that.
Don't forget me.
Yeah. So
well, I really want to commend you, Chuck, because like that. So I'm always a learner. Like I don't care what stage I'm at. I'm always absorbing where I can, and I'm not one to think I can do it. Everything. I'm so much absorbing. Even when y'all are setting up podcasts, I'm like watching y'all and going, "This is really impressive. Oh, this is what they do." And just watching you like step into that mentorship role the way you did. It's like what Anthony was talking about. It's that iron sharpening iron. It makes me go, I need to make sure that I'm depositing in people because, even the people I work with daily, it's like, I need to make sure I'm giving back in that way. It challenges me to make sure that I do that as well. And so I'm learning and watching you mentor. I'm like, okay, I want to mentor like that. Let me absorb that little nugget. So, I mean, I enjoy just watching that whole process.
Yeah. And Lo hit on something earlier when he was talking about, people stabbing you in the back and everything. But, and I kind of answered with a negative, but let me answer with a positive now because the law of reciprocity says that what you do for others will do for you.
Come on.
And so when you pull someone up, people see that and they might pass you up. They might pass you up and forget about you. We can talk about the story of Joseph. I'm going into my podcaster mode.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Joseph was in prison and he did these solids for 3 people. There was only one that returned the favor, but that one that returned the favor got him into the king's house.
Come on.
Right?
Are you talking, Ant?
So that law of reciprocity says that maybe only 30% of the people that you do favors for will do favors for you. But
can't grow weary.
Yeah, you can't stop doing it because 70% of the people didn't do a favor for you. You just got to keep doing the good thing.
I love that because what's the saying I believe goes, all you need is the right yes to change your life. You can have a million no's and a million negative things happen to you, but if you have the right opportunity happen, it can change everything. And I like that because I think, in our own conversations, we've all attested to the fact that somebody did something for us that opened a door to where we are today. It's easy as we repeat and we go along to forget the people who held that door open. There's like a reel or a TikTok about a dude that opened the door for this chick and she didn't say thank you. And he was like, but that's how a lot of times we feel when we open doors for people and we feel like, you just use me to get somewhere without acknowledging the fact that I opened this door for you. And I would say this to people like Curry. It's important to be in Ant's stance, like to reciprocate what was done for you. So the best way, and I tell anybody that I mentor, the best way I know you got it is when I see you do it for someone else. Don't get up there and be stingy. Like Drake be saying, I'm the only one at number one because I don't see none of y'all here. Well, you got to ask yourself, Mr. Drake, why are you not opening the doors for somebody else to get to number one? And I think a lot of times we do get selfish in just wanting that blessing to be only ours. Oh, I'm the number one, whatever your business is on the coast. Okay, well, what if you were against the world? Or if we put you against a bigger market, then you're not the top dog anymore.
Yeah.
And
honestly, if
go ahead.
we're gonna say, you know, number one and everything, I think numbers like that and awards, honestly, we were talking earlier about award winning or whatever, but I say that kind of tongue in cheek because I honestly think awards are meaningless. Numbers like that, number one is meaningless because there's enough for us all.
Yes.
Especially as creatives, there's enough for us all. We're sitting in the world. There's enough people to have services done for them that we can all eat. You know what I mean? We can all live off of this.
I love
I
it.
think a part of going into collaboration, you have to get rid of that scarcity mindset. You cannot approach things and say there's only a limited amount and I have to step on somebody else's back and climb up there to reach that. I mean, you have to have that abundance thinking that Anthony's talking about that will really allow for some really great partnerships and, you know, things to happen that ebb and flow in such a way that you won't have if you're coming into it with this, it's me, it's all about me, and I got to covet everything to myself. And so that's a bigger topic in general for life. I feel like you need to have an abundance mindset to actually succeed at the level that you're supposed to, or to really move in your purpose. You know, I just don't think you can go through life in scarcity. You're gonna suffer. It's not gonna be good for you.
I like that. And I want to pivot right there because now our pod therapist is showing her bag. Chris, let's talk about that a little bit, right? So with the mindset that it takes, because I've met a ton of people that I was excited to work with, and everything that came out of their mouth was something negative. Oh, I would love to work with you, but you know, I ain't gifted like so and so, and you know, I know you could probably do a video for me, but it ain't gonna be good because I'm terrible at this. And I'm just like, man, you just let all the air out of my balloon. I don't even want to work with you no more, man. Like, you got to get a better mindset, but that's not something anybody else can change about you. So how do people, in your opinion, how do people go about like renewing their minds to have an abundance mindset?
I think it comes down to your practices. I think it's important for people to have practices in their life. And I'm not one to say what I do is what someone else should do, because I think a lot of building a practice is getting to know yourself and getting to observe yourself enough to see how things work best for you. Now, for me, things like gratitude and writing in my journal and affirmations are a daily practice that I have to do to keep my mind on track. The other thing for me personally is to have the village and the tribe that reflects you, right? I feel like if you're looking up in your life and you're not enjoying what you're seeing and everything is, you know, woe is me, or nothing's working out, and then you see the people around you are also speaking in a negative way, then there's some readjustment that has to happen within you, because you're putting out and you're getting back. As Anthony said, that reciprocity, that magnet that's going out, the energy that we're always depositing out, you're going to get that back. And so if you're seeing that in your surroundings, then there needs to be some adjustments. And it's a long journey. It's a lifelong process. I don't think anybody just stays up here in the positive all the time. That's not real life. But I think if you can get your center and your core to be in that space, and that anchor point be something that, you know, like for me, I have to stay rooted in I am enough, that worthiness factor. That's something that I have to always battle with. But I've gotten it to a place where my core is, I know I am enough. Now I might sway from that a little bit, but I get back to my center and I get back to my core. So whether it's praying, if you believe in God, if you have a higher power, whatever those things are that help you. For me, it can even be as simple as, I always talk about this. When I make a sandwich and I throw on some music and I dance for lunch, that just does something to me. I just need to dance. I need to listen to music. I need to move my body. It just gets me back in the right headspace. Whatever the chatter that was going on, it literally takes me out of it. So those are just things that say play with different things, see and observe what brings you joy, and then make sure you're surrounding yourself with people and being in environments that reflect back that person that you say you want to be, that life that you say you want to live. And so again, just to keep, we keep saying the same thing. Look at this collective group. This week, for the past few weeks, I've been putting out more content than I've had probably in 3 months because I'm around certain people. They're moving. I'm moving. So that's my take. I love to hear how y'all feel about that because I'm always interested in, everybody else's practices and what you do daily to keep you in that mindset.
Yeah. So for me, I love what you said, Crystal, about the affirmations and talking it out, because a lot of people think affirmations is like not how you should do it. But honestly, like saying affirmations does help your mindset, which then translates to your actions, right? So you can do that in any order that you want. You can say, I am enough. Another one is there is enough, like specifically about the, being generous part of it, being generous with your thoughts and your actions and giving of yourself type of thing. There's enough work for us. There's enough knowledge. There's enough of us. There's enough to have and to share. So we can think that way. We can talk it before we believe it and try to get that belief into us so that we act it out. But then there has to come a point where you act it. So if you're not a huge affirmation person, it might be beneficial for you to just start doing something. Pick one thing that you can be generous in with the thought that there's enough. Maybe you've got this secret business insight that you've been holding on to that you can share on a social media post and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just do something so that your thoughts change, and then you can start saying it. You can do it opposite as well, but that's my thought.
I like that.
Anthony, you made me think of something I did a long time ago where I used to have scarcity even with money.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to get over the fear because everybody has a money story, and like if your family struggled or if they argued, if you have a negative mindset about it, you're kind of scared to do anything with it. You don't want to look at it. And I was one of those people that wanted to avoid looking at my bank account. So a long time ago, I would set this alarm every day. I'd have to look at it and show gratitude for what's in there. I'd have to look at it and show gratitude for what's in there. No matter what it was, I had to look at it and show gratitude until the fear literally left. And I love feeling empowered of knowing what's in there and knowing what to do with it. It's just it's so interesting that you said that, because that's so powerful. Just those little things that you do daily.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind really does change around it.
Yeah. If you were raised in a desert, you don't believe a forest exists. So every time you see a fruit tree, you're going to pick all the fruit.
Chuck, you look like you look like you bursting over there, man. What you got?
Go ahead, Chuck.
I don't disagree. I mean, I wholeheartedly agree. Like we touching and agreeing, and we on one accord. I guess when you move a certain way and you believe a certain way, you speak a certain way, and then let's say for me, you watch what you eat.
Yeah.
Eat. And eat and eat, right? So when you watch what you eat, and let's say, like you said, Crystal, like I might fall center, and I might have been spending a little bit too much time scrolling. You got to think about some music or some content or something that you can listen to that's going to be inspirational, motivational, affirming. Like I was listening to the radio today. The radio, because I do a check-in, just to see what's popping, and I got to the point I was like, "Excuse me, Pop Pastor." I said, "Man, what the hell is this?" I said, "What?" I said, "Did no offense to anybody that likes this person, I'm not gonna say their name, but they said tomorrow at the end of every rap." I say, "Man, let me turn this off."
Yeah.
I turned it off. Look, and I'm gonna tell you what I put on immediately. I went and I put on Sounds of Blackness, Optimistic.
Yeah.
When the drums started to get, I felt different. So when the drummer got in that pocket, but your head to the sky.
That's my joint.
And then I was like, oh man, I feel better now, because that tomorrow word at the end of every verse that person had just rapped, I was like, this is garbage. this is hot garbage. And I was like, no, never again. I said, look, I got to check in on the radio. I love hearing Mix Maestro. Shout out to Maestro.
Yeah.
I love hearing Mix Maestro mix because he's brought a different flavor to like that 5 o'clock, the old school Drive at 5 that Tabari does on JZD. And I missed that, you know, moving to the coast from Jackson, and you could always get your little burst of creativity as a DJ if you're riding. And for me, I used to mix on Saturday morning, so I had like Saturday morning cleanup. But I'm like, man, you know, the old school Drive at 5, I enjoy it because of the song selection. It reminds me of certain things that also feed my creativity. I guess I just mistimed it, you know, today. I don't know. You know what? It might have been a DL Hughley show. I don't know, man. But look, I said, let me plug up my phone to get me some sounds of Black and then to get my creative spirit right, because it was not there.
But look, that's a really good gem, because all of this is wonderful. But Chuck, I like that you kind of went a different route in the way that you have to be able to self-identify when something isn't feeding you the way you need it to. When your spirit or your energy shifts, that is a big thing with me. I don't care how long I've known you. If I start interacting with you and my energy is different being around you, or like just something in general, I have to trust that and adjust. And I think we don't do that enough, because we always try to give things and people the benefit of the doubt based on time. But the amount of time that we actually know someone, I heard someone gave me this wisdom. They said we gauge time on where we are, not where not the time that lies ahead, right? So you have far more time ahead of you than the life you've experienced, but you base your decisions off that small fraction of the time. And just because I've known you since I was in kindergarten, that little stretch of time shouldn't determine everything that comes in my future. And I believe that we live in the future. Actually, what you think and what you believe becomes your present. And then when you experience it, it becomes your past. So like, I try to stay in that space where the words I say and the things I believe are what I want to manifest in my now. So, you know, a lot of times people wonder, they say, Lo, you know, I don't see you out everywhere. You're not going to see me out everywhere. You know, I know some of y'all trust being in just everybody's presence. I can't do that. Not and be what I'm called to be in my life. Do y'all agree that you got to kind of look at where you spend your energy and your time? So that
Yeah, I mean, and I was loving what was going on here, because I was just like in my head, like, look at how much self-awareness everyone has in this group. That is so key. If you can gain a high self-awareness of you and what, like you said, what brings you joy, what makes you feel off, what reflects you, what's not you. And it's so different for all of us. That's why I'm so open to everyone having their own journey, their own path. If it's music for you, if it's sitting down and doing a puzzle and being in real life and not, you know, touching your phone, whatever that is for you, you have to begin to pay attention to it. And that's why writing things down are so important. When you journal and you kind of keep up with your own self day to day. That's why they do that with like health stuff. You start realizing, I eat this every day. You know, oh, I didn't feel good today. Why was that? You start to kind of start seeing yourself like, you know, on a calendar and being like, okay, so why was that day better? Or what was happening here? Okay, I ate crap today. Or, you know, I was around this person. Oh, this project is stressing me out. I got sick that week too. You start really observing that, and then you can make adjustments. So once you become self-aware, I feel like you start having like a toolbox. You start saying, okay, this brings me joy. Let me put this in the toolbox. Okay, that thing lights me up. Let me put that in the toolbox. So then when you're having crappy days and you need to push through, or you're just not feeling it, you can pull one of those things out, which is, again, me. Let me make my sandwich. Let me dance to some Notorious B.I.G. old school. And I feel like me 100% again. There I am.
Yeah. I love that, Crystal, because you hit on a lot of things, and everything that you said was like flowers. Like you should get your flowers. But going back to the mindset and affirmations thing again, and Lo, you talked earlier about you doing this fitness journey. So, like, you can say, "I'm fit. I am a fit person." But if you never are self-aware enough to know that those snacks that you're eating after 9 p.m. and the lack of physical activity is leading you to not physically be that person that you are in your mind, then that will never manifest. So at some point, the actions that you take have to match the affirmations that you make.
Come on, Pastor. Come on, Pastor. Hi, Pastor is in there. Hey, I like that. And listen,
clip that up. No, clip it up. Clip it up.
Yeah, let me
tweet that.
And we gonna tweet that, and that's a gem right there, because and what you saying, and a lot of times we hear it in a more spiritual, churchy setting by saying faith without works is dead or has no life. So you'll never see fruit from something if you don't put those actions to it. And I love that, because I see a lot of people, and being in a producer, we all produce things, right? So it starts with an idea. Then it goes to a strategy, and then we have to execute it, and then we can deliver it, right? And a lot of times people get stuck in the idea part of it. I see tons of ideas. Y'all, I want to start this. I want to start that. I got an idea for this. And that seed doesn't leave your mind, because you never pick it up and put it into action. And I tell anybody this: if you cannot, it costs you nothing to start. And what I mean by that is, I remember I had no money to start my business. I had literally no funding, no nothing. I had an idea, and I took that idea and I shared it as in anywhere I thought was good ground. A lady by the name of Mary Ann Powers, I'll never forget this lady. She and her husband, Terry Powers, said, well, listen, you don't have any funding, but we need somebody to clean our baseboards and our display cabinets. And I tell people, I literally started my business with a bottle of Windex and a cleaning cloth, because it didn't come the way I wanted it to, but there was action that allowed me to do what I wanted to do in the end. So sometimes you just got to be actively telling people, look, I'm a business owner. Oh, what business do you have? Well, I hadn't started it yet. This is what I need. Like we told Curry, you got to know what the cost of what your seed is. My wife got me. Y'all see my babies back here, my plants. Being a plant dad is one of the most life-changing things for me, because a monstera doesn't grow the same way another plant does. Some need low light, some need a lot of attention. My peace lily, I have to talk to. If I walk in here and I ain't interacting, she gonna close up, and then she gonna be like, oh, you don't want to show me no love, I ain't gonna act right. But then when you interact, you got to figure out what your seed needs to grow, and then you got to give it that attention. And I love that, because you guys are giving the game plan to a successful year. If you don't realize by now, we tell you, get you a tribe, and it could just start be one or two people that will encourage you, that will cover you in your growth process. And then you got to take some action. You got to have a good mindset. You got to have abundance. You got to have things that feed you mentally, physically, and spiritually, right? But then that action has to go somewhere. And that's what we want to make sure y'all are understanding, is that whatever it is that you have in your head, you can achieve if you just believe it and then put some action to it. Do y'all agree?
Amen, my brother. Amen.
All right, now, we ain't gonna do like the Landmass Collective. I'm gonna get on. We about to wrap up out of here. But before we get out of here, I want to ask y'all. I want to check in. We are in the last month of January. How are y'all coming with? How do you grade? Let's start there. How do you grade your performance in the first month of this year? 1 being poor, 10 being excellent. So how do y'all grade your performance in the month of January?
I guess I'll go first, since it was silent for like half a second. I give myself an 8.
I like that.
I I had a really good month. Got to work on a lot of good, awesome projects with some really good companies. But I didn't do a good enough job, I think, of onboarding new customers and going after new clients. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I'll be a bit more harsh on myself and grade myself at like a 7. I wasn't balanced in terms of making sure that one, follow up with existing clients. You can see Jackson is here.
Hey, nephew.
Say
hey,
hey. The contact and communication with existing clients, and then the pieces that I said that I wanted to grow for this year, we haven't been putting out the content consistently that's going to allow us to grow those things. So we got some improvement to do. So yeah.
Chris.
I'm going back and forth. I think I'm just going to be more encouraging to myself and give myself an 8. It doesn't mean that I hit everything, but I had a really rough last year, and I am amazed at how much has like started like Lo, I got this fire in me and it's not burning out. I can just feel it. I got a go attitude. And despite even getting sick and things this month, I was like, I am going after it. And so I got another inquiry for a speaking engagement. I'm actually going to speak with the 8th grade youth leadership program tomorrow in Hancock County.
Hey,
Plug. This is what happens when I know that I'm in the right space. It's always spiritual for me. I don't separate it. I don't compartmentalize and say this is business. This is this part of my life. I know it all works one accord for me. So when I'm in the right headspace, things come to me. Things happen. Opportunities show themselves. And that I know I'm in the right vein. So for that alone, all the different things that are occurring, I'm part of a journal that's going to launch on my birthday. I'm very excited about that. I've already started getting that together. I know there's a lot more. I got to get with the BEPS network, see if I can get my little show started, kicked
come
off.
on, man. Come over to death row.
I've been on death row. I've been here, but
no, I've been on death row.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Hey, I got one for you.
There you go.
I love the sound effects. I love this. I need to take you everywhere. That is so awesome.
I love it, but I love how y'all doing that. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be honest, because transparency, I think we all were in some unique places. And for me, I've shared some with y'all about there's uncertainty about the future. But in that, I have been reassured because I've seen more signs that I am doing what I'm purposed to do by people reaching out and saying, I don't know what else you got going on, but I want you to know that I want to work with you. I got opportunities that I need you a part of. And I love how God works in that way, because even when we start to waver in ourselves, he like, stop. You're going to be all right. Stay the course. Yeah. And that's where I'm at. I've had some amazing opportunities, and I'll go with an 8, because I'll ding myself 2 points for some of the doubt that I had. But I love that, I live in a house where, my wife always just encourages me, like, babe, you talented. You just need to sell yourself. And that's one of my biggest crutches is I don't like to toot my own horn, but I'm working on that as well. And
Let's
maybe
hook you up with a probo. I'll make one for you. You make one for me.
There we go. Hey, we got it on record right here. But that's what I'm saying. I love this group and I love this tribe, and I want to encourage everybody. We don't have another date yet for the next Landmass.
Let's set one, since we're live right now. How about we let's manifest a date.
Y'all know the way our Google calendars be. We be having to. I don't want to go on air saying something because y'all know, and we might get another call that might.
Are we gonna put it down in the comments?
Check back. Or you know what? Follow the Landmass Collective on YouTube, and I promise you, we'll be putting some information up, some shorts. Follow us on IG as well, the Landmass Collective. And man, look, we are here so that you can be a part of something like this. I know some of y'all are like, man, I just want to be a part of that so I can do what I need to do. Y'all hearing about things, projects happening, and people achieving goals. That's what we started this collective for, and had a great idea about doing this. And man, look, I enjoy seeing people succeed, man.
Yes.
I'm not a selfish person by nature or any of that. And it really fuels me in my creativity. Matter of fact, I've had to learn to shut that off because I give it so freely. And now Chuck has picked up my mantle of doing that. Chuck be just everywhere giving all this marketing advice away. I'm like, Chuck,
give it too much sauce.
Come back. Because
we're gonna figure out a way to monetize that though too. Like we're gonna be doing some master classes and all that kind of stuff through the Landmass Collective in the future. Right now, everything Landmass Collective is free. There's no membership. Literally, when you hear about the date, sign up with the Eventbrite. It's free tickets. You just come, enjoy. We provide everything from the coffee to the snacks to whatever else is there.
And then bring your ideas. So listen, I want you to understand. We're going to talk about this just a little bit more because fertile ground is so important. Yes. If you are looking for a place where you can trust that your seed of ideas, projects are not, somebody ain't trying to, like Ant said earlier, we ain't trying to steal your concepts. We ain't trying to do that. We really want to see you manifest these things. This is the Landmass Collective. I cannot stress that. Some of y'all are sitting on $1 million ideas, and y'all praying, Lord, I just want to be able, like Chris said earlier, were you scared to check your app and y'all in the Walmart, like, Lord, let this car go through because I don't want these people to see me put these grits and these donuts back and these socks back. Lord, just let it. And I understand it because I get finances. But Anthony and Chuck have really been renewing our minds about seeing the value of what you bring, man. And I'm receiving that because I want to manifest everything that's in me, and I want to see it manifest in the natural. So I really want y'all to come in, use the tools that we have right here on the coast. A lot of people still are wanting us to do something more live like this. Maybe we have to do this on the Landmass channel as well, but pull up. We're gonna set a date. Some people in the comments, I don't want to mess up your name. Ariel, I think it's her name, said set a date.
That's what I'm saying. Let's set a date.
Kiki Wilson said this is so good. So shout out to y'all. And man, shout out to Mrs. B again, because she said she gonna have that tuna ready for your boy.
We need Mina to pull up. I mean,
maybe you know what? I need to get Mina to cater one of the Landmass Collective. We gotta figure that out.
100.
Do a thing because we gonna have our food truck. I'm with that. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna give it to y'all real quick. What are some things that y'all want to say to people listening who are really on the hook about what we're doing in this movement? What would y'all say to them? Some advice about joining in?
Well, first I would say just start, like Anthony said, like take the first step, put it on your calendar, come meet. You don't have to have all your business cards or whatever you think you need to have ready to come out. Just start. That kind of thinking is just procrastination. That's going to keep you another year down the road and you're still here in the same spot. I'm guilty. I've been there. I've started and stopped. I told this group that I started and stopped so many times. I'm so over that. We're in action. Start moving towards the things that you want. Because, a lot of times we think we're birthing these gifts to put it out there and get accolades. And that stuff is nice. We've all gotten awards. We've gotten pats on the back. People have recognized our work. But really what we're meant to do on this earth is to be a gift for others. What we do helps others. When you show up in your authentic self, when you say, yes, I'm going to do this thing that's inside of me, I'm going to put this gift that's inside of me out to the world, there is somebody else watching that who needs to see you so they can make it. And that's one thing that I've really been humbled over my years to really recognize is that, Crystal, while you love seeing your little self up there speaking on a stage, no, it's not about you. It's about every person that you touch with those words. So whatever that gifting is that you have, you are listening to these words for a reason. I know it in my heart. As you hear my voice, you know this is checking you internally. Start. Stop putting it off. Start. Make the first step. You are worth it.
100%. And I want to add to that there are some people out there that are listening and know the value of what we're talking about. And for those of you that can see that, I want you to come join us, because the barrier to entry is ground level. Like, there's no cost to come in. It's free. You come. The only kind of barrier to entry might be the day of the week, because some people have, things that their kids are going to, or you might have rehearsal or something like that on a Thursday night. We try to have these on Thursday nights, so just keep your eye out for that. But that's really the only cost, is your time right now. And the psychology of people is that they value what they pay for. So at some point, this is probably not going to be a free thing. You'll probably have to pay some kind of membership, or pay for master classes, or pay for the online experience, or something like that. But right now, and for the foreseeable future for me, until it really starts growing and we're literally putting too much energy into it as leadership of the Landmass Collective, we're not going to, it's going to be free as long as it can be. So come in while it is free, because there's a good chance you'll get grandfathered in on a lot of this stuff. So come on. I mean, that's it.
The one thing I'll add is that in the space that we create as the Landmass Collective, there might be something that radically changes your life and your trajectory of personally in your business. I know that it's already happened, for us, just by being in the same space with each other.
Yeah.
Whether it be in our group chat, because we're talking about the Discord, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's actually the physical space when you walk in and you feel different. This Landmass Collective might be the insight that radically changes your life.
It's going to be a revival. The revival already started on the coast. There's a creative revival, man, that is happening. Like that. I'm telling y'all, man, I know me, I've been in a lot of empowered circles and a lot of situations where it's just been some really heavy hitters. And to have that same just impartation right here on the coast is something that I'm excited that I'm a part of. And I want everybody that I love and care about to be a part of it too. I couldn't make it home before I was getting texts about people saying, I can't believe I missed the collective. Like, please make sure I know where the next one is, because people like Curry was going on his ride home telling people, man, you should have been there. It was great. And that's what we want. We don't want to waste your time. This is not the typical stuff where you might have seen before. Like, man, it's some really good people in this group to help you get results and to see your life forever change. Now, before we get out of here, man, I want to ask y'all, man, what are y'all doing? What's the next set of goals for February? What are y'all working on? What do you got going? This is your moment. Chuck, man, or Pat, come on by, Pastor.
Hey, I got
Ant got something.
Yeah, I mean, I just gotta get my my own content on a schedule. So I've got a ton of ideas and everything, but I've been on other people's productions here lately, and I haven't been able to do much for my own stuff. So be on the lookout for me on YouTube, AJ Williams Media, because I'm probably going to be dropping a lot of content on there in February.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll jump in and we'll leave the best to round it on out. Ain't that right, C Scratch?
All right.
So I would say, remind you about Nightcap Knowledge, right? It's every Tuesday. Now that StreamYard, and this is a free tip, StreamYard allows you to schedule things way, 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 way in advance, right? So my goal for February, before February gets here, I want to have 4 Nightcap Knowledges scheduled with the graphics and everything already out there for folks to go ahead, subscribe, hit the notification button for Nightcap Knowledge, Tuesdays at 9. And then on the business side, I definitely want to scale up, my shopping, my online shopping. I'm going for 5K in one of the stores. We're gonna probably try to
Let's
hit
go,
10K.
Chuck. Let's go.
Let's do it.
You got to tell them where they can shop, Chuck.
So you got 2 opportunities. The Black with No Chasers shop will reopen February 1. So I Got It Made is also the official merchandiser for Black with No Chaser. So you can go to blackwithnochaser.com or the IG or Twitter account. It's got the link tree in there. So, and you also have the opportunity to shop directly with I Got It Made. That's igotitmade.us.
Awesome. I love it. And as you keep talking about this merch, I already told you that loyalty shirt. I was like, hold on, fam. Where the I'm Enough crew?
But Chuck helped me with this.
I know. That's what I was saying. I was like,
Chuck, I Got It Made over there, man.
Yeah. So I kind of mentioned already, I'm with an anthology journal that it's actually launched, but it's all in pre-sales right now. February 11th, we have a in-person meet and greet and signing happening. That's also my birthday, so I'm really excited about that being.
We ain't get no invitations, y'all. Look, you see how Landmass, right?
I ain't put it out yet. You gonna get it.
Oh, okay. This is exclusive.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
Exclusive.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You gotta get the exclusive button over here.
So
Exclusive.
you get a copy and pre-sales. Pre-sales are going to be starting very soon. I have a campaign I'm building to lead up to my birthday. So
you got
I have
somebody
a goal of
making that video for you?
Huh?
You got somebody making that video for you?
I mean, if somebody want to hop on in, we could definitely do that thing. I mean, right now it's just, we over here rocking with the with the iPhone. But no, really, I'm really excited about that. I want to get back into writing. That's something that I really enjoy to do, and I'm very passionate about when I can partake. I can, put my knowledge on paper. I really want to get back into that space. So this is kind of like a launching point to get me back into that, and so I'm excited about that. More speaking engagements. I've actually just been revamping my website. I plan on putting myself out there has always been a big issue. It's like I'm not telling people what I do enough and that I'm available for them to hire me for specific things. So that's something I definitely want to get on. Same as Anthony, want to be more consistent with what I'm putting out there. Have a lot of ideas for inspirational content that I want to do. And of course, I'm trying to get with Beps Network and get my show going.
I'm signed. You got to make sure you stay on top of it. Send your sizzle reel or something, man. Let them know.
Check your DMs, Mister, because they've been getting hit up.
Yeah, man. We rolling
calendar.
No, seriously, that is one of my goals going forward this year is to bring more full programming. And I know I will need your help because this is not a feat that I can do alone. And the Best Network is literally a place for people like you, Crystal, who have content, who need help just getting their message out. And we help you get started. And then once you're growing and you can do your own thing, we pass you on and let you just make room for somebody else. But it's really a place where you can grow and have like the Landmass Collective, where you can have a space to have people who are experts in this production field to help you grow. So we really want to do that. And man, listen, I appreciate all of you for giving so much of your time tonight. I love each and every one of you. And if you guys watching out there, listen, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, because I want to keep bringing you amazing people like this. The World According to Lo is literally not about me. It's just the world I live in. And people like these wonderful people here are people that I'm bringing to you to fill your cup. And yeah, man, we are on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. You can pull up and talk to your boy. And always find your groove. I like that, Chuck. That was a great close.
Man.
Hey, until next time, man. Listen, I'm mad because y'all jokers had me so excited that I did not do my intro to my.
I was asking. I was like, I thought we were gonna sing.
Man.
So we're gonna go out.
Hey,
on
that choir.
We're gonna go out on that note. Now, listen, if you don't know the words, you can clap because it's groovy like a mug. We're gonna end with the intro. Cause it's my world, baby. I can do whatever I want to do. And then I'm gonna get some of this great tuna that my wife has told me she got it going. Hey. So here we go. So we can get out of here. We're gonna end the show and then we're gonna be out with the world according to Low. Hit available nowhere. It's the world. Come on. I need y'all clapping. Come on, baby. So like you already know, hey, it's gonna be a good show. It's the world according to Low. Look at Ant. So let's sit and grow. It's gonna be a good. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. Y'all tell the people goodbye.
See y'all later.
Hey, we gonna get out of here, man. Peace.